learners, welcome to the online session. Now, just in continuation of Unit 2, Block 1 of stenographic skills, we are going to learn basically the joining of consonants. We have learnt about consonants, we have learnt the features, we have learnt the categorization, that is how many consonants do we have under which category, and even we have learnt the outlines of all the 24 consonants plus 2 additional consonants. So now moving ahead to joining of consonants. Now before we go in about the rules for joining, we should be knowing what do we mean exactly by joining. Now whenever we are teaching alphabets in English, then we tell a child to combine those alphabets. Like suppose we are teaching him A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, then we are telling him or her to combine those alphabets. Like if we combine MAT, it becomes MAT. Then we are teaching him the word. So how the word is taught? The word is taught after teaching the alphabets. So same way, in shorthand also, once we have learnt the consonants, now we need to learn how to join the consonants. Why? Because one word will have the sound of more than 2, 3 or 4 consonants. And to write that word in shorthand, we need to combine all the consonant sounds which we are hearing in that particular word. Like if I take the example of this only, I am getting the sound of M in it because this is pronounced as mat. Then A, which is a vowel, we'll be learning what is vowel, and then the sound of T. So we should be knowing how to combine M and T to write this word in shorthand. This is why it is going to be a very, very important thing for you to learn how to join the consonants, and we'll just discuss that we have 3 places where we have to join the consonants. First place, second place and third place. I'll just tell you what these places mean. Now, first of all, we are going to discuss few important rules while joining the consonants. Now, the first important rule for joining the consonants is the consonants have to be of same length, uniform length, whether we are joining 2, 3 or 4 together, but they should be of the same length irrespective of straight or curved. So uniform length of all the consonants. Now second, please understand this very, very carefully, because what I am telling you now, the joining is actually based on this. Now the second rule says that the commencement of the second stroke begins from the ending point of the first. Now, or I can say in a simple words that wherever the first stroke ends, from that point the second begins, and wherever the second stroke ends, it is the beginning point of the third one. Ending point of second one, but the beginning of the third one. I'll give you example here. Please see here. Now suppose these are 2 consonants we have just learnt, P and T. If I have to join it, I should be keeping in mind the rule which I have just told you, that wherever the first stroke ends, the second begins exactly from that point. So the ending point of first is the beginning point of the second. How? P is written like this. It is a straight line from left to right, top to bottom. Now see, here our P is ending. This is the ending point of P, but it is going to be the starting point for T. And T again is a downstroke. So it has to be from top to bottom. So this is a joining of P and T. If P is ending here, T is beginning from here. So P ends here. This is the ending point of P, but it is the starting point, the commencement of consonant T. So now this is P and T joined. The P and T have been joined together. Now one more example. If I take this example of joining F and Che. Now wherever F ends, Che begins from that point. So this is how F is written. It is a curved stroke. F is ending at this point and Che is a straight line from left to right. So the ending point of F becomes the starting point of Che. This is how F and Che is joined. And you must have noticed one thing. When I've joined these two consonants, now I gave a pause here, yes, but I never lifted my marker in between while joining. So first rule is all the strokes should be of uniform length when joined together. Second is we have to make sure that wherever the first ends, second begins. Wherever the second ends, third begins. We can even join 3 or 4 consonants together if we are listening the sounds of 4 consonants in one single word. Third rule is never lift. In your case it will be pen or pencil. So never lift your pen or pencil while joining the consonants. Suppose if you have to join 2, 3 or 4 consonants, join them first in one go and then only lift your pen or pencil to make next outline. Now, next rule is the direction of the consonant should be maintained properly. Now, what exactly I mean by maintaining the direction? Now, if we are making a downstroke, we have to make sure that we are making it only from top to bottom. If we are making an upstroke, we have to make sure that we are using only the upward direction to make it, that is from bottom to top. And for horizontals, we need to maintain the direction from left to right only. Reading order should be maintained properly. Reading order has to be as per the writing order only. Now just look at the example, so it will be understandable easily. Now, just now we have done the joining of PT. Now let's do the joining of P and Che. Now this is how P is written. Now wherever the P ends, Che begins. Che is again a downstroke. So it has to be towards the bottom. So this is how we have joined P and Che. Now, while reading this back, we have to ensure that whatever we are making first, that has to be read first. And whatever we are making as a second stroke, it has to be read only after the first. So reading order will be exactly as per the writing order. So these are the basic rules of joining of consonants. Now there are 3 places basically: first place, second place and third place. Now what is the difference between the 3 places? Now we'll start with the second place first. Why? Because you have an idea of writing the consonants on the line till now. So we'll be beginning with the second place and then moving to first and third. Now, what is joinings at second place? Second place joinings mean when the first consonant in a joining is written on the line. And wherever the first ends, second begins. Wherever the second ends, third begins, and so on. Now just understand the meaning of second place with these examples. Now suppose if we need to join F and Ish at second place. Second place, the first consonant should rest upon the line. This is how F is made. It is resting on the line as it is a second place joining. We are doing second place joining. Second place joining means the first consonant will rest always on the line, and wherever the first ends, second begins. So this is joining of F and Ish where at the second place. Why? Why second place? Because F being the first consonant is resting on the line. So second place means on the line. Now next example, first consonant is Che. On the line, it is going to rest on the line, and from here we have to make L. Now L is an upstroke. Upstroke means what? Bottom to top. It has to go towards the top. We cannot change the direction of any consonant. So this is Che L. Now next example is, we'll take Re and Ith. Now Re being the first consonant, it is an upstroke. So how an upstroke is written? From bottom to top, Re. Now wherever Re ends. Now in this case, Re is ending at the top because it starts from the bottom. So wherever the first consonant ends, the second begins. Second is Ith. Ith is a downstroke. Downstroke means top to bottom. So this is a joining of Re and Ith where at the second place. Why? Because the first consonant is resting on the line. Now we'll be joining the second place joinings in detail, and we'll be doing it with all the consonants. Like we are going to categorize it like this: second place joinings means on the line. So the first will be doing downstrokes with all the strokes. Now what I mean by this is all downstrokes joined with all the strokes means we are going to join downstrokes with downstrokes, downstrokes with horizontals, downstrokes with upstrokes. Basically we have three types of strokes: downward, upward, horizontal. So what we are doing right now, we are joining all the downstrokes with all the strokes. That means first we'll take it joining of downstrokes with downstrokes. Like just now we had done few examples of this joining only. Suppose if I have to join P ends here, Che begins from here. because whatever the ending point of P is, it is going to be the beginning point of che. So this is an example of downstroke plus downstroke. P is also a straight downstroke, che is also a straight downstroke. So downstroke plus downstroke is joined in this way. This is the first example. Now what you have to do is, you have to write all the consonants here. Like suppose the first consonant is P. Okay, so we have to join P with P, P with B, P with T, che, J. How? P, wherever P ends, B begins. P and T is a straight line, top to bottom, PT. P, che is a line from right to left. Now, the way you are making PP, PB will be made in the same manner. The difference is only of P is light and B is dark. And remember, I told you they form pair. Why they form pair? Because they share common outline. So we'll take some more examples with curved downstrokes. So downstroke with downstroke again, F, che. Downstroke plus downstroke, ish, and then S. R is again a downstroke, though it is an additional consonant, but it is a downstroke, R and P. Lifting pen is not allowed, so it has to be done without lifting pen or pencil. So these are some more examples of downward plus downward on the line, and this is called as second place joining. Again, I am repeating. Why? Because the first downstroke has to be on the line only if it is a second place joining. Now the next combination is downstroke plus horizontal. We have just covered downstroke plus downstrokes. Now moving towards joining of a downstroke with a horizontal. So that means the first stroke will be a downstroke followed by another horizontal. Now again we are discussing second place. So we have to focus that first consonant should be on the line. Now downstroke is S, horizontal is K. So this is an example of downstroke plus horizontal. So S will be on the line. Now see S, this is the ending point of S. So it has to be the beginning point of the next consonant, that is K. And K is a horizontal from left to right. So this is how we have joined S and K at second place. Now next example, T is a downstroke, M is a horizontal. Now at second place, T must be on the line, and wherever T ends, M begins. So this is the joining of T and M on the line at second place. One more example we'll take. Che, che is a downstroke. Ing is a horizontal. So che on the line. And ing follows wherever che ends, ing begins. So it will go slightly down because of the shape of the consonant. And it's a darker consonant. So we need to focus on making che as a light consonant and ing as a dark consonant, so that we do not read it as che n. Why? Because if I have to make che n, the difference is only of light and dark. N is a light consonant, ing is a dark consonant, they form pair, so they have the same outline. So now this is basically the joining of a downstroke plus horizontal at second place. Now next is, we have done downstrokes plus downstrokes, downstrokes plus horizontals. So what is remaining now? Downstroke plus upstrokes. Now joining of a downstroke with an upstroke at second place. So the first downstroke will be on the line, and wherever the first ends, second begins. The same rule is applicable for all the joinings at second place. Now example, downstroke, che is a downstroke, re is an upstroke. So how to join it? Now che is a downstroke from top to bottom. Now here, from here we have to start re. Now re is not a downstroke, re is an upstroke. Upstroke will be written from bottom to top. That is the reason I'm repeatedly saying that you need to maintain the direction of the consonant. If it is a downstroke, please write it only from top to bottom. And if it is an upstroke, write it only from bottom to top. And if it is an horizontal, write it only from left to right. Next example is, F is a downstroke and V is an upstroke. So F will be on the line, and wherever F ends, we need to begin with the outline of V. So this is joining of F and V at the second place. Now next is downstroke plus upstroke. Another example. Now L is also an upstroke. We have discussed in the categorization that it is a curved upstroke. Now this is downstroke. S is written like this. Wherever S ends, L is a curved upstroke from bottom to top. So again I'm writing the same outline. Please pay attention here. S is a downstroke, and the point where the S ends, L begins from the same point. So this becomes S and L. Okay, one more example. Let's take one more example of this. Now downstroke. Downstroke is D. And next is Ye. Downstroke plus upstroke. So D will be on the line, and wherever D ends, Ye begins. So this is a joining of D and Ye. So these are the examples of joinings at second place with the combination of downstroke followed by an upstroke. Joinings. Now first of all, you must understand the difference between second place and first place joinings. As I just said, in second place joinings, we have to maintain the first consonant always on the line. Okay, but in first place joinings, we are going to maintain the first consonant only above the line. This is the difference between second place and first place. The first consonant always ends above the line. It will never touch the line if we are joining it in the first place. Now, the first thing is again the same categories we are going to take, but above the line. Downstrokes with all the strokes means downstrokes with downstrokes, downstrokes with horizontals, downstrokes with upstrokes, but which place? The first place. And what is the rule of joining at the first place? That the first consonant remains above the line. Now taking an example here, P is a downstroke And if we are doing downstroke plus downstroke, then in that case we can take another downstroke here, like suppose if we take Z. Now, how to write these two downstrokes at first place? The basic difference is the first consonant, which is P in this case, will remain above the line. Above the line means see the difference. See, had this consonant been on the line, it becomes a second place joining. But in this case, you can clearly see that I have made P above the line, and it is very clear that it is above the line. So, wherever it ends, the second stroke begins. Obviously, it will end above the line because purposely we are making it resting above the line. Next example, downstroke plus downstroke. F and it both are downstrokes. Now first place, F above the line because it is the first place joining, and wherever F ends, second begins. So this becomes F ith. And what we learned just now in second place, that if we had to join this at second place, F will be on the line and it follows. So we can clearly differentiate now between the second and first place. This is second place joining and this is first place. So these are the examples of downstrokes with downstrokes at first place. Now next is downstrokes with horizontals. At first place, downstrokes with horizontals. So let's take an example to understand it better. Che, M. Che is a downstroke, M is a horizontal. So in case we have to join this at first place, what we have to keep in mind, that the outline of Che should be made above the line. And wherever Che ends, M begins. And how to join the same combination at second place? Now, can you easily differentiate? This is Che M at second place. This is Che M at first place. Ish is a downstroke, Ge is a horizontal. First place, Ish above the line, Ge is left to right. So in this case, both the consonants will be above the line. If we are joining downstroke with horizontal at first place, both the consonants will always be above the line. Okay, let's take one or two more examples. Downstroke is like, suppose if we take B and N. B downstroke है और N horizontal. So B को हम बनाएंगे above the line. जहाँ B खत्म होगा वहाँ से N बन जाएगा. First place पे हमने क्या करा? We have done the joining of B and N at the first place. So this is downstrokes with horizontals at first place. Now we have to do downstrokes with all. We have done downstrokes plus downstrokes, downstrokes plus horizontals. So now downstrokes plus upstrokes. Obviously the first place. Now downstrokes plus upstrokes at the first place. Now example, F, upstroke is ray. Now F being the first consonant should be above the line. So F ray. This is a joining of F ray at first place. DL. Next example of downstroke plus upstroke. D above the line, L follows. This is DL at first place. Next example, che, way. Che above the line, way stroke. So this becomes che way. V, ray. V is a downstroke, so top to bottom above the line. Ray is an upstroke, bottom to top. So this is V ray at first place. So these are examples of downstrokes plus upstrokes. And if you see the outlines, again, both the strokes will be above the line in this case also.